If you think that being a Baptist is harsh, add being Cuban to it. And like, it's just the worst, like on the face of the earth. And like honestly, a lot of my life kind of happened and like can be all traced back to things that I learned in church.
Do you believe in aliens?
I believe that there are so many things that we just don't know about. Whether it looks like E.T., I have no idea. But
It
also,
could look like you or me.
But also, who cares?
Yeah.
I was actually so excited to talk to you about this because I talked to you about my Letterboxd top 4. And I'll tell you my Letterboxd top 4 right now. It's Back to the Future, Pee-wee's Big Adventure, Jurassic Park, and Home Alone 2, Lost in New York. Now, there's a distinction as to why all 4 of those are in that order, everything, why I chose Home Alone 2 as opposed to the first one, so many things.
Welcome back to IOC. I am your host, Valeria Zea. And today we are with comedian, actor, singer, songwriter, Mike Valdes.
Hey.
Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
It's awesome. Shout out to Jamal.
Yes.
He did talk really highly about you.
Oh, that's so sweet. Yes. I love Jamal. He's the best.
I know. He really is. Let's get into it. I want to know what came first, the comedian, the actor, the singer, or the songwriter?
Oh gosh. I think ultimately the first thing that came was just me wanting to perform.
Oh.
Yeah, because like at the end of the day, you know, I say this a lot. I think performing is kind of like a 20-sided die, especially now. Like you need to have a little bit of everything, you know, and like one of the first people, you know, speaking of, in fact, Jamal, this is how we met. And in fact, I met him at a party and I was talking to him about Donald Glover and who is Childish Gambino. And, you know, he's, you know, an actor and all this stuff.
He does so many things.
It's just one of the best. And I was telling him about, you know, Donald Glover and all this stuff and how he was my favorite person and all this stuff. And truly it wasn't, until Donald Glover where I started seeing things as like, oh, well, you can do everything. Like you don't have to. It's my whole life. I was just like, well, you know, people would tell me like, oh, well, you're a singer. You just got to keep doing that. And maybe one day you'll be on American Idol and your life will change, which it won't. But sure.
Yeah.
You know.
Did you ever try out?
I tried out for a few other shows like that, made it quite far.
Wow.
But never made it to like actual television.
Yeah. What was your song?
My song that got me very far was a song called Some Nights by Fun.
Oh, yeah. I don't think I've heard it. I have to.
Yeah, I like a lot of hipster sounding music. And,
I like that.
That was the
time.
Yeah, that was the time for hipster music with cuffed up pants and fedoras. Yeah, that was the time.
Fedoras.
Yep.
That
was the time.
Yeah.
Sure, of course you did.
So fun. Yeah. Who didn't, right?
Who didn't? I didn't, but everyone did. Yeah.
Okay. So, they used to tell you have to work really hard at this thing, but you're like, well, I can do everything.
Sure.
And you're talented. And
yeah, thanks.
What was your first performance that you said you like to perform?
I do. So my first performance that I ever did, I grew up in church, so it had to have been at church. And, you know, like a lot of kids, or a lot of people, like some of your first performances are usually at church or in school.
The nativity set or like the angels and all that.
Exactly. So like I played Joseph a lot and you know, things like that. I remember my first like real thing that I ever did. I was very young. I might have been like 4 or 5, and I played Chip in Beauty and the Beast on a stage play version of that.
Wow.
And that was one of the first things that wasn't like playing Jesus or
like
you
in
know,
church.
like being being a like different
pastorcito, like a
exactly
little,
being part of a cantata, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah.
Was it in Miami?
It was, yes. It was in Miami, and it was funny enough, it was at our church, but it wasn't a church production. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So like it was one of those things. And granted, it was like a whole thing that became, because I grew up very Baptist, but also Cuban. And if you think that being a Baptist is harsh, add being Cuban to it. And like, it's just the worst, like on the face of the earth. And like a lot of my life kind of happened and like can be all traced back to things that I learned in church, or whether good or bad, you know, they're all things that I learned in church or saw other people doing in church or churches in general.
Wow.
But yeah, like that was like my first like beginnings of that. And, you know, when you're doing musicals and things like that, like you're singing, you're dancing, you're acting, you're doing everything.
Even
like,
costume design.
Yeah,
sometimes you don't have enough for the wardrobe and you have to figure it out.
Yeah.
So you're Miami born raised.
Yeah.
Family Cuban.
Yes.
Did you ever have to leave Miami to pursue any of your talents?
Yes. And I have always wanted to be honest. Like so I've lived in different places. So I lived in Tennessee for a little while. Went to college there, hated it, came back.
Why? Why did you hate it?
I went to college for music, and it just felt too systematic. It felt like
Raise Your Voice. Have you watched that movie with Hilary Duff?
I have, yes.
I love it though.
Yeah, that's very funny. Yeah, so I went to Tennessee, and then my brother died in a drunk driving accident on our way to a 3 Days Grace concert. And I'm kidding.
Oh my God.
That's
the fact that I mentioned the movie.
Yeah, that's the well.
But have you seen like the breakdown of her voice when she hits the notes? Oh. And I thought they were so good at that time.
That's very funny.
Kill it.
Yeah, no, the I was just making a joke. That's literally what happens to the character.
No, yeah, I forgot about that. That's the intro.
Yeah,
and the brother from like his life sends them the DVD for her so that she can get into the school.
Well, that's the thing too. Is like the thing that I find very funny about those movies is that something like your brother has to die in a drunk driving accident on your way to a 3 Days Grace concert for you to figure out I can sing. You know, like it's like I don't think you need
do this.
Yeah, I don't think you need that.
But I eat those up though.
Sure.
I love those.
Yeah, they're great. They're great.
Know.
When you use the suspension of disbelief, a lot of things really work.
Yeah.
You know?
Now when you become an adult, that's when you're like, that would never happen.
Sure.
But that takes kind of like the childlike wonder of things, you know?
Exactly.
And then I think that's why it's so hard to see films now that are like how we used to watch them back in the day, because we're so like, we want to break everything apart,
right,
and not let it be what it's supposed to be.
Yeah, very true.
You know?
Yeah.
Wait, why did you hate Tennessee? Oh, the school, very systematic.
Very systematic, and like, you know, it just wasn't my thing. Like a lot of my life until I became late 20s, early 30s was just trying to put a square peg into a round hole. It was just like, you know, I'm a people pleaser. So it was just like trying to make my parents happy, trying to make God happy, trying to make like all these different things that may or may not have even been happy had I done them happy.
Yeah.
And
it's just what you tell yourself.
Yeah, it's what you tell yourself. And then, you know, you finally start to realize that like all anybody cares about is themselves. So why don't I care about myself?
People are not thinking about you the way you think they're thinking about you.
Exactly.
Sometimes we think we're the center of their worlds, and they're like, their life is going to keep going, you know? And when you find that out, I think it makes everything smoother for you to do what you have to do.
Yeah. Yeah. Truthfully. I mean, you know, something I've been thinking about lately is just like even something as simple as the concept of happiness is a choice. Like it is so easy to wake up and just think about how terrible the world is.
Just open TikTok.
Yes.
Just open your phone.
Open your phone and just scroll for 2 minutes. And it is so easy for you to realize that like nothing is that great. But, you know, you can also just be like, but I'm happy, I'm healthy, like I have a job that's giving me money and it's allowing me to buy the things that I like, whether they are necessary or not. Like, you know, whatever brings you happiness. I talk about this on stage, like whatever makes you happy. And it could be so stupid, the things that make you happy.
Yeah.
It could be as simple as eating breakfast cereal on a Saturday morning because that's what you did when you were 5.
Exactly.
It can be so incredibly stupid and mundane, but it is something that is just reminding you that happiness is a choice, you know? And so like, that's truthfully what it is, you know? And like, of course, you know, living like that is difficult and it's a lot easier said than done. And also the media, especially now, but has always rewarded negativity.
Fear mongering is crazy. Like they want you to not leave your house.
Sure.
I think. They're like, there's bad everywhere. You turn around and it's going to get you. And it's like, no, I'm going to look at the good things.
Yeah.
No.
Well, the truth of the matter is like, it's the yin and yang of everything, right? Like it's, you know, everything good is also just as equally bad. You know, love is the reason why love is so beautiful is because it can make you the happiest person in the world with your partner. But if something breaks that love,
you get a heartbreak.
It could be the opposite and it's the worst, you know? And, you know, even something like, you know, like, I mean, a joke answer would be like, you know, like Chipotle tastes great, but if you eat too much of it, you're going to have diarrhea.
Yeah. It's like
that's
Taco Bell.
Yeah, Taco Bell. Like it's great and it's great going down, but if you eat too much of it, you know, then you're going to have diarrhea, you're going to have complications, like whatever, you know, so
balance is key.
Yeah, balance is key, and that's hard because when things feel good, you don't really care about the negative consequence.
Yeah, you're only like just thinking about the good feeling.
Yes, because there's, and to be fair, to be empathetic to the people that do that, it's because there's not a lot of good feelings in the world. You know, like
now so people get that. Like why I think that's why blind boxes.
Yes,
you know what they are? They're so addictive now because it brings you that joy when you were a little kid getting a gift for Christmas. You don't know what it is, but you open it, but you're getting it for yourself with your adult money.
Right.
And you're like, I might get the pink one. And then you don't get the pink one. So it's like that drive to like get the pink one.
Yeah.
But you might go bankrupt. You might go broke.
100%.
You know, I speak from experience.
Yeah. Well, I mean, no, it's
like,
it happens. Like, I mean, that's, you know, with collecting anything, that's just the way it is.
And
like,
we grew up collecting things, Pokemon cards, and you would open. I don't know if you ever had those like papi like chips bags, and you open and there's like a gift inside.
Sure,
it's tiny, but I would love that.
Yeah,
you know. Do you believe in aliens?
I believe that there are so many things that we just don't know about.
Agreed.
And whether it looks like E.T., I have no idea. But it also
could look like you or me.
But also, who cares?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it doesn't necessarily matter.
It doesn't give me fear either.
That's kind of the thing that I always talk about when it comes to like social media and things like that, where like people will put so much of themselves and like so much of their identity in what people think and things like that. And something that I realized was like, you know, I had a friend, and he's still my friend, but I had a friend, you know, who was in a band with me, and he works at Area 51, and that's his current job. Right.
Wow.
And, there weren't a lot of things that he could disclose, but there was a time, you know, and I specifically remember there was a time when he was working at Area 51 that there was a thing that was going viral that people were going to raid Area 51 to see if there were aliens there.
Yeah. The Jersey Shore did that.
Yeah.
They went over there.
And so he was like, basically he just told me like, they're not going to find the thing that he just goes, the thing that sucks is like, I'm just worried that a lot of people are going to get hurt because all they're going to find is just shrapnel. Mm-hmm. They're not going to find anything. Like, it's just a garbage place.
Yeah.
There's nothing there. And
they think it's going to be like what, signs?
It'll be like, yeah. Or they'll find an alien like, you know, in Independence Day, or like, you know, when you go to the Stitch ride at Disney World, where it's just like
very specific.
Yeah,
I
just
love it.
just like you walk into a room and then this giant alien is there and everybody's like, all right, sit around the circle. There he is. Like, you know, like it's not going to be like that, you know? And so essentially, yes, I believe that there are things that we don't know, but I don't necessarily think that it's anything that that we've seen in a movie.
Yeah, it's like mermaids. Like probably. You know, I don't know. Yeah. I can't tell you.
Yeah.
But I'm sure there's a lot of, we're not the only here like royal, like, no.
Yeah.
If an alien comes over to you and says, "Hi, I'm an alien. Mm-hmm. I want to show you my world. I want to show you some movies in our world. Mm-hmm. You can come with us for the day, but you can only bring one thing. What are you bringing with you?"
One thing or one movie?
No, one thing.
One thing. I mean, I guess a camera, right?
Right?
Like,
yeah.
Like,
I agree with you. Or your phone. No, your camera.
Yeah, your camera. Well, I mean, your phone, if your phone has a camera, which most of them do. Yeah.
No, but camera better because you don't need Wi-Fi. You don't know if there's going to be Wi-Fi over there. Oh, but you can still use your... Anyway, that was your question. And you're like, should we take...
Well, if you think about it, where does Wi-Fi come from? Space. So they would have the best connection.
They would have the best... Right.
You know what I mean?
Right. I wanted to ask you, what has been your training in comedy?
So different things. I have, you know, I've done improv training. I'm UCB trained. I'm trained in various different improv schools. IO. UCB is probably the most current. And I think the biggest training ground that I've had for comedy is doing stand-up comedy for 10 years. Because it'll be 10 years in December, actually. And so because truly, like, that is the kind of like the breeding ground for everything. You know, you find everything that works and doesn't, you know, in an open mic area, or even showcases, things like that. I haven't really graduated from open mics, but I don't poo-poo them, but I am somebody that recently, and I say recently, but really I mean like for 4 years, 5 years, I've always been the type of person that's like, I'm not going to drive to Miami, pay parking, and do all this stuff to see if like 13 seconds of a joke works. Like, I'll figure it out on a show that I've done. Usually, and the thing is, when you've been doing it for a long time, you tend to just know what is going to work because you understand your voice. Does that make sense? Yeah. Because, like, for example, if you sing and you hear a song, like, for example, you have a very low voice, but you listen to Whitney Houston's, you know, whatever that song is, I Will Always Love You.
I Have Nothing. Okay.
Or I Have Nothing.
Whatever.
Yeah. Whatever. Yeah. I Want to Dance with Somebody. Whatever.
Yeah.
And you immediately, your thought is like, I can't sing that. Because I don't have that voice. Right?
You go with
but then you listen to Frank Sinatra and you're like, I can do that. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's that
Tony
kind
Bennett,
of thing. Maybe. Yeah. Or Tony Bennett, whatever. Yeah. Like that's kind of the thing. So
yeah. So you know what hits.
Yeah. In a way, like, and sometimes you can you can overcalculate and be like, man, I really thought that was going to work and it didn't.
Yeah.
Or I didn't think that would work as well as it did. You know, like that's happened before too. You know,
That's a nice surprise, I think.
yeah.
Is there I have a question. You
Sure.
know how they have in New York and LA like the cellar and all the comedians hang out and they roast each other and they're drinking whiskey and listening to a really good playlist. They always have really good playlists.
You're right.
And then they go on stage and then they come. Do you have that in Miami?
Not really. That's more, I mean, that is something that happens in a green room, but the thing about a place like the Cellar or like the Comedy Store or places like that is that the green room is more of a common area than it is
not like
backstage.
a bar. Yeah.
You know, because like, you know, a green room at a show is just like the 3 comedians going up.
Yeah.
Or whatever, but the comedians going up at the Cellar are 20 comedians.
Yeah.
You know, so that's why
whole
it's
community.
more, you know, it looks more like an interesting photo. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like
Yeah.
when you see it on Instagram, you're like, oh, that's an interesting photo. you
Yeah,
know,
yeah,
like
yeah.
that's
I wonder what happened that day. You
Right.
know, like looks cool.
Yeah, which like I can't really say that it's like that very much in Miami, at least for me.
Okay.
But yeah.
Yeah.
It's also very strange because I love where I'm from, but I'm so the opposite of where I'm from. Does that make sense?
Makes total sense.
And I started realizing this recently, actually. I think the reason why is because I was raised by movies and television. And I wasn't really raised by Miami culture, you know? So that's why I talk like the girls in Clueless, you know, because like I say,
you could be in that movie.
like I say dude all the time.
Yes.
I say like, I say, I do all that stuff. And I already look white passing enough. So people don't normally think I'm Cuban.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So like, and it's a good problem to have,
Yeah,
I guess.
like you could go anywhere.
Sure.
It won't be like you're in a bubble.
100%.
You know, you just fit in.
Yeah.
Okay. And what has been? Well, 2 questions.
Sure.
You decide. I have a lot of questions.
Yeah.
Have you ever been starstruck by anyone that you've seen perform or either acting or singing? Who?
All the time.
Really?
Yeah.
Who's like the most? Who came to your mind?
So many people.
Really?
I mean, so I lived in LA for a long time, and by a long time I mean a year. But I lived
That's
in LA.
a long time for LA.
That is a long time for LA. It felt like 20 years while I was there. It's like the island and old. Like you're there for 5 minutes and you come back with a beard.
Yeah. I've seen it.
Yeah. And I was there. I worked for UPS while I was there, and that was my day job. And obviously, you know, I was there to be an actor. I was there to be a comedian and all that stuff. And I can tell you more about that in a second. But, you know, while I was at UPS, I had a boss that was just like, look, there's a lot of people that have mailboxes here. There's a lot of people that are in the industry. You know, they put pants on just like you do. You know, there's no, can I have a picture, you know, type of deal. It's just like, he goes, the most you can do, and I'll allow this, is you can go, hey, really big fan, and then leave it alone. Because at the end of the day, they're a customer. And if they feel weird when they come here, they're not going to come here anymore.
True.
So you have to treat them like people.
Yeah.
So a lot of my job was pretending like I didn't know who anybody was. You know what I mean?
You're like dying inside.
Yeah.
You're like, that's Keanu Reeves. I don't know.
Right. Well, there were a lot of those. Like, I never talked to anyone about like their work. I normally would just talk to them about life, just in general, or their mail or whatever, you know, because a lot of them were very personable and nice, and you know, things like that. Some of them weren't, you know, and I can
imagine,
and I can definitely give you names off the podcast, but there were people that yeah, like I don't know, I'm trying to think of like starstruck. You know,
someone that you saw and you were like, oh my gosh, what's my name? You know, like
I certainly never thought that, but I certainly, the most like starstruck was for me, especially working at UPS, was seeing someone that I knew from something and just being like, don't let them know that you know them. Don't let them know that you know them.
Don't be weird.
Don't be weird. Don't be weird. Just ask them for their name and their address. You know, like, because that really was your job, was to ask
all you have to do is your job.
Well, which is what is so funny about it is you think about it and you're like, okay, so how do I talk to Tim Burton, who's a real person that I talk to? How do I talk to Tim Burton without letting him know who I am and that I'm a huge fan of his movies, but also ask him for his name and his phone number, right? His phone number, so I can look it up to see his address. Like, I could ruin this man's life if I wanted to.
100%.
You know what I mean?
How dangerous. You did it.
No, I didn't. I did it because I'm a good person.
You're a good person.
I'm saying I could.
No, I mean, he almost gave you his social.
Yeah, I did.
Everything. What he did? He gave you his social?
No, he didn't give me his social. No.
For what?
No.
He's incredible. That's a good name you just dropped.
Yeah. He just like floats into the.
Yeah. He's like in another world for sure.
So, I mean, people like him, Weird Al, like a big thing for me that I noticed and was, let me ask you something. Do you and your husband have hall passes?
We've never talked about that.
You've never talked about that? See, in my opinion, you have a good marriage. Okay.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you.
Because a lot of people are like, this person's my hall pass. This person's my, do you know what that means?
Yeah. Like you get that opportunity. I've seen the movie.
Right.
Hall pass.
But the truth of the matter is, and this is something that a lot of people don't talk about, is that the person that is your hall pass does not have like just because you go up to Jennifer Love Hewitt and go, "You're my hall pass," doesn't mean that she has to have sex with you.
Can you imagine?
You know what I mean?
Can you imagine?
She's
well,
like,
let's go.
She could easily just be like, "Well, you're not mine." You know what I mean? Like, so like
that's too funny. I've never thought about
that.
But
think about it like that. Like, it's like, what? That's so weird. And in a weird way, like, that's why I think that you guys have a good marriage, because the truth of the matter is, like, you only talk about that stuff if you don't like each other. You know what I mean?
Like why are you thinking about having a hall pass, period?
But essentially what the premise of what I was trying to say was, if you live in LA, you can't have a hall pass because you see everyone.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Anybody you ever had a poster of in your room is there.
Oh my
you know what I mean?
That's scary.
So that's the thing. Like I had a huge crush on Hillary Duff, and I would see Hillary Duff pick up her mail.
Oh my god.
You know what I mean? Like that's the thing. Like, you can't and so like you can't be like, oh, like, and especially this was also a time back in like 2015 where people would do this thing called Woman Crush Wednesday.
Oh, on their Instagram?
That? Yeah.
And post a picture?
Yeah, they post a picture of a celebrity, and like if a boyfriend got in trouble with his girlfriend, he posts his girlfriend or whatever.
Dumb. Yeah.
And so like it was these things that were definitely not toxic, but but one of those things that I realized was I can't do that because like I know all these people, and it's like a possibility that you can meet these people.
What if they see your Instagram?
Exactly.
And they're like,
what if they see your
creep.
Instagram? Yeah.
Yeah.
And another thing, which this is, I talk about this all the time, but like this is the first time I'll ever say this on a podcast. But I do not talk about other actors and how I feel about them unless it's positive.
Oh yeah.
Because what if one day I work with them?
And they're like, I saw your Reddit.
Yeah.
You hate me.
Yeah. I saw your podcast where you talked about something that I did 10 years ago and how you hated me. Like
it stays.
Yeah.
It all stays. They will find out if they want to search for 100%. You, they'll find you.
Yeah. But that's kind of the thing that we've noticed growing into this industry as it keeps changing, is that the moment you pop off and get famous, people will find something you said 20 years ago to ruin your life.
Crazy. I deleted my Facebook. Not that I said anything crazy, but my statuses were unacceptable.
Yeah.
Like lyrics and stuff.
Yeah.
Weird. I agree. I think I think now is very dangerous. You have to really watch what you say, what you said. But also, I think it is really nice to not talk about actors, but have an opinion. You're allowed to have an opinion.
Of course.
I also feel like people now want to cancel everyone immediately because they don't agree with something. And that can be like, I don't know, we didn't grow up like that.
Sure.
All the movies we watched that now you could not make, but they were good, which I'm very excited about Scary Movie 6.
Yeah.
Because I heard it's like a really good script and it's like ballsy and rebellious. Like they're gonna say what they want to do.
Yeah.
What's like the weirdest interaction you've had on a set or performing stand-up?
I don't know. I've had a lot of weird stuff that happens on set. I don't know. I don't know what's like the weirdest one.
No, just the weird one.
I'm trying to think. Can I ask a follow up? Like, what are you looking in the realm of weird? What are you looking for?
Like someone asked for your sock or something. Like, oh, can I have your sock? Or like, I carry like a picture of you in my wallet, and you don't even know this person.
A lot of this stuff I avoid because I'm a man. And so like,
well, women now too.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying is I talk to a lot of my female comedian friends, and I'm like, I do not envy you at all.
Yeah, because
like, if I ever go to a place and I am booked by someone, I know it's because of my talent and not because they want to have sex with me. You know what I mean? Like it's, and I kind of feel the same way about acting as well, where it's just like, oh, like they're hiring me because they think I'm good. You know? And in a weird way, like as a woman, which I don't know what it's like, but I would assume that you have to second guess everything in your life.
Yeah, and you can't be too nice. Because when you're too nice, they might think you like them.
Sure.
It's weird.
Yeah.
And then they're like, we're together now. And you're like, what?
Yeah.
Or like, oh, you have to do this to get this job. Or you have... where is your happy place?
Oh, man. My happy place is performing. My happy place is making people laugh. My happy place is the stage. My happy place is... making people feel like I love making people laugh. Like even the moment, even the moments that we've had together talking have kind of been my happy place, especially. And it makes me feel even better because before we started rolling, you said, I don't laugh.
Yeah, no.
She said I don't
really
laugh
hard.
at anything.
No, I didn't say that. I said it's hard for me to laugh at comedy.
Yeah.
No, but it is true.
Yeah,
like
what do you laugh at then?
I don't know. Like like Mr. Bean.
Yeah,
I laugh at Mr. Bean. Haunted House with the Wayans brothers.
Yeah, that's comedy.
I laugh. What's that? 21 Jump Street.
Yeah.
That's a good laugh for me. But there's films that are really funny and I'm like, why am I not laughing?
Sure.
You know?
They're trying too hard.
So it's true. Yeah, it has to be natural. It depends on my mood too. But I really want to get into a happy movie now.
Sure.
That you picked.
Got it.
You picked Pee-wee's Big Adventure.
I did.
Why?
Well, it's so crazy. I love that movie. It is... We were talking about this on Instagram through the DMs, and we were talking about like movies to talk about. And you asked me what my favorite movies were, and I said my two favorite movies of all time are Back to the Future and Pee-wee's Big Adventure. And usually 9 times out of 10, even 9.5 times out of 10, people have seen Back to the Future.
I've seen it.
And so like, you know, especially somebody who loves movies and an actor and like things like that, you're probably going to be someone who would want to see the thing you've never seen before, as opposed to the thing that you've seen a million times.
Yeah.
So I love that movie, and something about... I was actually so excited to talk to you about this because I talked to you about my Letterboxd top 4, and I'll tell you my Letterboxd top 4 right now. It's Back to the Future, Pee-wee's Big Adventure, Jurassic Park, and Home Alone 2: Lost in New York. Now, there's a distinction as to why all 4 of those are in that order, everything, why I chose Home Alone 2 as opposed to the first one, so many things. Here's the reason why I chose all 4 of those is because they are lightning in a bottle movies, meaning any little thing that goes wrong in that movie, it doesn't work. any little thing goes wrong and it doesn't work. Like
Wow.
it's like Back to the Future, even down to the casting. Like they had to fire a man because he wasn't good. He wasn't good, and it wasn't working.
Before the main actor.
Yes,
I forgot
before
his
Michael
name.
J. Fox. Well, they originally wanted Michael J. Fox, to be completely fair, but they settled for Eric Stoltz. And
I remember that. Yeah.
yeah, they settled for him, and Eric Stoltz took it way too seriously. Like, and it was just like, hey man, this is supposed to be a comedy, not a tragedy about how you went to 1955 and your mom is falling in love with you, you know. And so like, Jurassic Park is a very like one thing goes wrong and this movie doesn't work. Like even down to like using too much CGI, not using enough CGI, making sure that the things that you're doing with the dinosaur scene is at night, like so it's easier to hide the blemishes and 93 graphics. Like these are all things that like back then when that movie came out, people thought dinosaurs were real. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like how did Steven Spielberg find them? You know what I mean? Like it was
Like you got them.
and so that's kind of the thing about that. And Home Alone 2, the reason why I love that even as opposed to the first one is because New York is a character in the movie.
Yep.
So much so that there's so much about that movie where it wouldn't work if it wasn't in New York City. Like yes, is it a repeat of the first one? Yes, sure.
But it's more memorable.
Yeah.
The second one, and that's rare.
Yeah.
Normally the first one it hits. And then the second one, okay. This one is the opposite.
Yeah.
The memorable scenes that you see on social media, it's him in the limousine with the pizza and that is all from the second movie.
Yeah. By the
rare.
way, that movie ruins pizza for you because you think that every pizza, when someone opens the box, like
gonna
steam
be
is supposed
like
to come
that.
out.
I know.
Like that's not.
And the ice cream and the
Yeah.
huge mountain.
It just ruins. Yeah.
You know what I just thought about?
Yeah.
How what's his name?
Kevin McAllister.
Yeah, Kevin, the actor.
Yeah.
He plays Home Alone 2. And then later on, he also does a film in New York called Party Monster.
Yeah, Party Monster.
Have
yeah.
you seen that movie?
I have seen it. Yeah.
How funny are those like black and white? Like
Sure.
it's completely different.
Yeah.
It just went into my mind.
Well,
That's crazy.
To be completely honest, like if you were to make a sequel with Kevin McAllister as an adult, it would be a tragedy. Because
he doesn't want to do it. He
well,
said he doesn't want to do it.
No, I mean, if he wanted to do it, like
Yeah,
there is no
no.
way to write that movie where a kid that was left twice is normal. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. Like
there's
now he leaves his kids or
yeah,
something like that.
there's just no way
Yeah.
to do it. So
It's like the Christmas Story.
Yeah.
Is that the name? They did it recently. They came
Yeah,
out with
they
like,
did.
and I wish it would have hit, but it didn't.
yeah,
I don't think. I mean, Hector's like a huge fan of the Christmas Story. He
Yeah.
runs it all day on
Sure.
Christmas Day,
He's like
and he was
TBS.
sad about the new movie. He was like, "Yeah,
Yeah.
TBS."
yeah,
And I had never watched the Christmas Story till I got with Hector.
yeah.
But yeah, those type of movies, and then
but Pee-wee's Big Adventure, one of the things about that movie, the biggest thing about that movie that I would say is a character that people don't realize is one of the main characters is the music. Because the score to that movie makes you feel everything. It makes you feel everything that's going on.
Yeah.
And even down to like Tim Burton, wanting using so much color, but also using those colors to make dark things, like even the most like quintessential like scary moments of the movie, like the Large Marge scene, or the more scary moment, I think, which is the bike going through the doors with the clowns that are doctors. Worst doctor is a clown
Scary.
doctor. But there's, I don't know, that movie, for lack of a better term, and to spare you the time of me just like telling you why this movie is so great, if you were to distill it down to just two words, it would be childlike wonder, because that movie is just, it's just bright and happy. And even though the character in the movie is going through something very dark that he finds very real and serious and is the end of his world, it's still, to us as watching it, we're like, everything's going to be fine. You're going to get your bike.
Yeah.
It's
going to be okay.
Yeah, everything's going to be okay. And let's just figure out how this happens and how we find it.
I love how the people he encounters, he helps without trying.
Mm-hmm.
You know, especially the woman that ends up going to Paris because she's in a toxic relationship.
Yes.
I just really loved how that got wrapped up at the end. And you see all of Pee-wee's friends that were meant to go for him. Or like, I mean, her toxic boyfriend was going to kill him. Mm-hmm. And then like the bikers and all these people, like, and then the criminal in the car, like he ends up in the bus, like watching the film. Like all his friends are so different. And he still like loves them. Yeah. And like has helped them be better versions of themselves. Pee-wee 100%. Herman, without having like let me motivate you. Yeah. Let me sit down with you and tell you. No, he's just himself.
Yeah. Everyone I know has a big butt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. So
everyone I know has a big butt. Come on, Simone, let's talk about your big butt. Like it's just, what a great scene. What a great scene. Like,
is that your favorite scene?
I don't know if it's my favorite. I mean, it's really, you know, we were talking off mic about this, but it's really hard to not fall in love with it the second the movie starts. Because it, like, the breakfast machine is just this like, like you have to not have a heart to watch that scene and not be excited about it. Like, it's just like, and yes, you can be an adult and like, you know, as I like to say, ruin the magic trick for yourself and just be like, okay, so this guy lives in a house and he doesn't have a job. And like every day he just wakes up and goes down a pole and he's just from his pajamas to his suit. And then he puts masking tape on his face and screams into a mirror. And like, that's what he does with his life. And like, how does he have all this money? Who cares?
Who cares?
Who cares?
It's the creativity. It's like the dream of filmmaking.
Yeah.
I can definitely say that was my favorite scene.
I think it's a mixture between that and when he finally gets his bike and he's going through Warner Brothers.
Oh my gosh, that scene of Warner Brothers,
it's
and
the best.
All these like the rockers and all these people, it was like, whoa. I've never seen that before in another film. So that really captivated me.
And how everything was filmed in different studios, and like how there would be a Godzilla film and then a Christmas film in another studio.
Yeah, under the music video. And they're all like, who is this guy? And then when you think he's gonna get in trouble, and he's like, we just want to do a movie about your life. Yeah. And then it's like Hollywood twisting everything. Like, and he's like this like even sexy.
Then that is absolutely hilarious. That movie within the movie is so funny. Yeah. Like down to they use this like beautiful man to like play him,
and Dottie is like
Dottie
sexy
is like
blonde.
This like sexy blonde, and they're like together and all this stuff. But then even down to how funny it is, the way that Paul Rubens, who plays Pee-wee, plays it, where he's the lobby boy in the hotel, and he keeps
looking at the camera, and looks at them,
and even down to he picks up the phone, and they had to put in an audio of another person because his voice was too annoying. Like,
it's like, did they change his voice?
Yes, yeah, they changed his voice on purpose because his voice was too annoying. Like, that is, oh my gosh, it's just so funny. Yeah.
I was thinking that, which we talked about off mic, when you do such an incredible character like that one, that is iconic, that people see you and they see you as Pee-wee. Yeah. That must have been really hard for him to break out into another film, which we talked about. Did he? I don't know much about this.
So he did. He broke out into there's a lot of stuff. There was a scandal that happened and like all this stuff. But so and most if nobody knows about Pee Wee Herman, everybody knows. Oh yeah, that's the guy that got caught in the adult movie theater, and like
it was an adult movie theater.
Yeah, which it's
not like good job, but I didn't know what movie he was watching.
No. You need to understand, especially by today's terminology of the things that we are letting scathe by. We owe that man an apology. Honestly? Because there are people who have done worse things that are the president of the United States.
Oh yeah,
you know what I mean? And like,
wait, you mean the one with the secretary?
Yeah, okay. That's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about all of them. Okay. Talking about all of them. A politician has done way worse things than Paul Rubens did in an adult movie theater.
A couple at a theater.
Yeah.
Like a couple that goes to the theater and hooks up.
Yeah.
Like in the back of the theater, like.
But it's weird, but whatever.
Yeah.
It was his story, and the truth, the reason why it's so difficult is because when that happened, ultimately I think that people just didn't want to be reminded that Pee Wee was a person.
Because they've in their whole life, he was like Pee Wee Herman, he's the character.
He's Pee Wee Herman. He's asexual.
Yeah.
He doesn't have a penis. He doesn't have he's not a man. He's not a man. And then you see this photo, this mugshot of him doing this thing that
I haven't seen it.
Everybody does.
Yeah.
Maybe not in a specific place, but still.
Yeah. We all make mistakes.
Right.
Just we didn't get a mugshot on the internet, or we didn't get filmed.
Right.
We've talked about it all the time. Like back in the day, thank God they didn't have cameras pointing at me at a party, growing up. Justin Bieber has all these footage that is like, damn, like that sucks. Because he was a kid. He was younger. Like he messed up. Like I've never met someone that hasn't messed up. Like there's levels, right? We're not talking about like a pedophile.
Right.
We're not talking about, but like a mistake,
Yeah. I mean, I funny enough, you were talking about Justin Bieber and I actually have a theory that a child or a kid, when they get famous, they are stunted the year that they got famous. Does that make sense?
No.
So if you look at Justin Bieber now, he still acts like he's 16.
Oh, like Michael Jackson.
Right.
Like when Michael Jackson started as a little kid.
Exactly.
He wanted Wonderland and he looked like a creep, but it's because he never had a childhood.
Even down to Taylor Swift, right? Oh. Taylor Swift is this girl who's like, you should be going for me. She's cheer captain. I'm on the bleachers. Who's she marrying now? She's marrying a football player.
That's a good theory.
That's not a theory. That's what it is.
No, I mean, that's a like, these are facts.
Yeah, these are facts.
It's a conspiracy
I'm
theory.
just telling you what it is.
Yeah. Psychologically, something happens.
My conspiracy theories are things that are probably real.
Like what? I love that.
I think like my biggest conspiracy theory is things like that. Things like the Kanye West Taylor Swift thing was planned. I think all of that was planned because it was very weird that a month later she had an album come out and her single was Why You Gotta Be So Mean. Oh, wow. And then he comes out with an album a month later that's like, let's have a toast for the douchebags. Okay.
And then the Kim thing of the recording voicemail.
Yeah, it just felt like it was very, I don't know. Those are really my conspiracy theories. Like, I mean, I also have a conspiracy theory that that Apple has put in all of their phones that whenever you update the software, it makes your phone worse, so you have to buy a new one.
Oh yeah, that's a fact. I think it gets slower, and then you need the new one. You're like, I need the new phone, and then you ended up buying.
Yeah, so those are my conspiracy theories. It's just stuff like that. Like
those
it's
are good
nothing.
Ones.
Yeah. So, but going back to Paul Rubens.
Oh yes,
Paul Rubens. He did a few other things. He did you ever see the movie Matilda?
Yes,
he's in Matilda.
Okay,
he's one of the detectives.
Oh yeah,
in Matilda. He did work with Tim Burton again. He was Oswald Cobblepot's the Penguin's father. And funny enough, his wife and the mother of Penguin was the girl who played Simone.
Oh, so, wow. Yeah. These are really interesting facts.
Oh, here's another fact. Did you ever watch Rugrats?
Yeah.
Dottie is Tommy Pickles.
No.
Yeah.
Is she alive?
She's alive.
Oh, thank God. Okay.
She's alive and well.
No, because somebody else.
Yeah. Paul Rubens passed away though. He had cancer. Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. It's okay. It's okay. It happens.
Oh.
There's a phenomenal. He was like 70. I mean, he lived a good life. He lived a good life.
I feel like he did. You know.
Yeah, but there's an amazing documentary that Matt Wolf made that's on HBO called Pee Wee as Himself. And it's a 2-part documentary about Pee Wee and like how it was made and like all this, or how the character was made, and the movie, and then, you know, what happened afterwards and all that stuff. And it is a phenomenal movie that I
want to watch
recommend.
I want to watch it. I think it's memorable characters that get played in film, like Pee Wee Herman, Mr. Bean, Charlie Chaplin. He gave me a lot of Charlie Chaplin in the beginning.
Yes.
You know, I think that's why it was my favorite thing, because he kept me so captivated. I love a good intro of a film. Of course. Like if you grab me, I'm probably gonna finish the film. In the intro. So in the first 10 minutes, like he doesn't talk at all. And then when he talks, I'm like, he talks. Like I remember looking at Hector, I'm like, he talks. Because they're like so not tangible. They're just like characters that are just incredible. So I wanted to give that thought to that.
No, it's great.
And then the fishes in the window.
Yeah.
I was like just the whole thing, and the little dog that looks like a Dalmatian, but it's obviously not a Dalmatian. And then the way he saved the animals.
Yes.
And then he would look at the snakes, like obviously because the real actor didn't like snakes in real life. And then he comes out like, I wonder if he fainted for real.
Probably not, but I love that that's what happens, that he like grabs the snakes and then just falls on the floor. And what's great is that there have been so many like people that are like, oh, like he, you know, there's probably fish in there that he didn't save or whatever.
Oh, wow.
And they use that in the movie. He literally, when he wakes up from his fainting, he says, there's still fish in the back. He goes, the fish are in the back.
Yeah.
And so he's still the hero at the end of the day. Like, and that's really awesome. And like, one of my favorite things about the movie as well is like, because truly, like, every scene is a sketch. Like, it's just a giant, like, let's put Pee Wee in this scenario, and then in this scenario, and then in this one. And everything happens where it's like the moment you think he's going to figure it out, he doesn't. So, like, for example, you know, he goes to the biker bar. They hate him. They're going to kill him. He dances. They love him. They put him on a motorcycle and he crashes immediately.
Yeah.
Like,
that was
like,
I love that dance.
Yeah.
With the tippy toes thing.
That's actually, so those were actually his dancing shoes. He actually loved dancing.
Oh.
And so like, yeah, like
there was no stunt double in that.
No, well, there's stunt
him.
Doubles in the movie. Like there's,
but not in the dancing. Probably.
There's a clear stunt double in the scene where he's on the train and the guy won't stop singing Jimmy Crack Corn and he jumps out of the train.
Oh, it's a stunt double.
Yeah,
I didn't catch that.
Very clearly a stunt double.
But it's funny when you catch that on films and you're like, well, that wasn't the person. But I'm not gonna say anything. It's cool.
Yeah, well, that's honestly like. When I first saw that movie, I was maybe 5 or 6 years old, and it was on VHS. And you know, it's when you had a VHS, especially back in the 90s, like the format was different. It was like a square.
Yeah.
You know, so you would see a lot of the blemishes of the movie. So, for example, there's a really funny scene where he's locking up his bike, and he has all these chains.
That was so Mr. Bean coded.
And so you can see in that original format, you can see that they're feeding the chain through.
No, you see a hand?
Yeah. You can see that they're feeding the chain
That's
through.
A good one.
Like you can see when he pulls down the piece of his wall to put the password in, you can see that it's held by duct tape. You know, you can see
that's the magic. Well,
yeah, but that's movie magic.
Yeah.
And again, that's also why part of me loves that things like that are in there, because when you get to that third act and you start realizing like, oh, all of these are movies that are being done on sets, and like this is how this works. Like
it makes sense.
Even down to this is more inside the podcast room than it is for the viewer that's watching this. But like when I first came in here, this is a studio that has many different podcasts, but really every place is just a glorified corner. Like that's really all it is, like people would probably see this and be like, oh, this is the building and this is where they shoot The Industry of Cool. And it's like, no, there's 18 other podcasts here and there's like so many different things, but that's because like, that's how studios work. Yeah. Like everything is just a glorified corner. Like it's just, we're finding different ways to shoot other things and do other things, so
a little bit of everything.
So yeah, like that's like, the beginning of movie magic for me, cause like I've always been kind of in love with the idea of Hollywood, like,
Hollywood, like the studios and
more just like, how did they do that? How did this get made? Like, that's more what I'm interested in. Not like the glitz and the glamour of it all. Cause 9 times out of 10,
the Oscars.
Well, 9 times out of 10, all of that's fake. Like that's all put on, but the things that are real are the people feeding the chain through the thing.
Like how are they? Yeah, no,
like,
I get you.
Like that's real.
Yeah.
Like, like I know that they didn't put, 400 yards of chain in this. Like this is a very small thing. Yeah.
Like it becomes like one.
Yeah.
Could
well,
be.
I think what it was they had like, it was a chain that was just like attached as one circle.
Yeah.
And so he could do this forever. And it was just going around in the circle.
It's a circle.
Yeah.
But he did a great job at it.
Yeah.
It makes it look like it's a huge, gigantic.
Yeah.
I love Tim Burton's world.
Me too.
When you said, oh, Tim Burton, I was like, what?
Yeah.
Wait a second. And I watch it and I'm like, even though it was his first big movie, I feel Tim Burton's world. Like when the driver, her face changes and then the dinosaur, that's all like Tim Burton, like the way the makeup, the scary store, the
way that the doors look in the dream sequence or in the nightmare sequence where the bike goes to hell, like all these different things are very Tim Burton.
It's very, but it's so fresh. Like, right. I do have a comment about that. Wait, what were you gonna say?
All I was gonna say was that I'm glad that movie was made then, and not now, because like just something like The Breakfast Machine would have so much CGI and like it would be like drones of things and there'd be fire and there'd be monsters everywhere and this, that, and the other thing, to whereas like this is just like it's all made by plastic and popsicle sticks. Like,
but isn't that like the dream? Because if you watch that now, you're like, well, okay. But back in the day, or even last night that I watched it for the first time, I'm like, can we do that?
Yeah.
Obviously, probably not.
No.
But there's more like a little, and then like the little thing and the pancake and the land and whatever. It's all like possible.
Yeah.
You look at it like that is possibility, and that's what I was gonna say. My comment is I do wish I would have seen this film when I was younger. It's like one of those films that I would have loved to see, like when I watched Edward Scissorhands.
Yeah,
I was like mesmerized with the world, with the way the house was, her hair, the hands, Willy Wonka, like all these films that like you watch now as an adult, even though I wish I could have like that childlike, which I still do most of the time. I wish I would have seen it when I was younger, because it would have been life-changing, I think.
Yeah, I mean, it's a great movie. I think ultimately the movie was made for everyone. Like it wasn't made for children. It was, yes, it is a lot easier for children to grasp it, because it's just a guy with a funny voice, like trying to find his bike. Like that's really all it is. But then there's also moments, because there's, even people now, you can ask them like, oh, like that movie scared me because of the clown scene or because of the Large March thing or whatever.
The face of that.
Yeah.
I was like, no, when he went to the magic store, I was like, wait, it's getting dark. I was like, this is kind of scary.
Yeah.
Even our dog, when the dinosaurs came and it was like eating, I think.
The bike.
Yeah, my dog got scared.
Right.
And he came to the couch. We're like, it's okay. It's great. It's a great film.
Yeah, I love it.
I'm really happy you picked it.
Me too.
love when guests come and they show me a whole new world.
I'm glad that you not only got to see it, but that you got to enjoy it.
Yeah.
Because like the thing about that movie is if you're not in love with that character, you're just not going to like it.
Yeah.
Because like if you don't get it, if you don't understand Pee-wee as a person or as a character, you're just not going to get it, because ultimately like it is a very flimsy story. Yeah. But the reason why it works is because that character is so deep and like and just has something that you've never seen before, you know? But yeah, like it's a wonderful movie.
I agree.
Lightning
like,
in a bottle.
I definitely think of Mr. Bean. I love him so much. I can watch him do anything.
Yeah.
Actually, he's coming out with a new movie in Christmas.
Yeah.
Where they leave. Well, it's not Mr. Bean, but it's like Beanie. So
Sure.
it's like a little playful thing. And they end up giving him like a baby, and he has to take care of it. I can't wait. I can't wait to watch it.
Did it freak you out when you found out that Rowan Atkinson actually spoke?
It was surprising.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was like, wait, no, you're not supposed to speak.
Right.
But like, I love it.
Yeah.
But yeah. It's kind of like surprising when I saw Pee-wee speak.
Yeah, for sure.
I was expecting the whole film for him not to speak.
Sure.
100%, since I didn't know anything about him. I want to know if you want to play a game now.
I would love to.
Okay, let's do it. Let's play Guess the Tune.
Okay.
And Guess the Movie.
Got it.
Got it? I'm going to do 3 music. I know you're a songwriter, singer, comedian, actor, so this is in your lane.
Okay.
So you have to win.
Yeah,
I'm
we'll
kidding.
See.
No pressure. No pressure. So with the music, I have to read the lyrics or hum it. Which one do you want?
I guess read the lyrics.
Okay. Life in plastic is fantastic, and you can brush my hair and dress me everywhere.
That's Barbie Girl by Aqua.
You already know, 1997. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's do. She'll make you take your clothes off and go dancing in the rain. She'll make you live the crazy life.
That's Livin' the Vida Loca by Ricky Martin.
That's a hard one. Okay. That was 1999.
I am very surprised because I have seen episodes of this podcast where you do this, and I was like, if she asked me questions about 90s music, I'm dead in the water.
No way.
Because the 90s is still a blind spot for me, because I grew up very Christian, so I was only in the Christian music world for a very long time. So it wasn't until maybe 2003, something like that, where I started like listening to my own music and like, you know, my own genres of things that I liked. But yeah, like
that's fascinating.
Most honestly, the reason why I know those songs is because they're in movies.
Oh, movies and soundtracks have shown me so many things that I'm like, maybe it happens to you now that you mentioned that. Like you hear a song and you imagine a scene.
100%.
All the time.
All the time.
All the time. This is the last 90s song, so we'll see. Let's see.
Yeah.
You acting kind of shady. Ain't calling me baby. Why the sudden change? That was a good read.
Oh my gosh, you acting kind of shady.
Ain't calling me baby.
Say my name.
Say my name. Yes, Destiny's Child, 1999. Yeah. Let's go. You did great.
I always get them and TLC mixed up.
I'm Team TLC.
Yeah.
I love both of them, but I was like, I mean, I know the dances and everything, like the choreography. And anyway, movie time.
Got it.
These are really hard for me. Okay. I don't know why. But maybe you'll eat them up.
Sure.
So, this is one of my favorite films.
Sure.
Set on Coney Island.
Okay.
What movie depicts the downward spiral of 4 drug addicts? I'm like, this is my favorite movie.
Either way, I'm thinking of 2 things, and both of them I have not seen.
Oh.
But my immediate thought is Trainspotting, excuse me.
Love that film. No, it's not that one.
And the other thought is what's that one?
I'll give you a hint. It has 4 words in the title.
Yeah, that was the other thought, was Requiem for a Dream.
Yes. You never watched Requiem for a Dream?
No. Too many people have told me that it's messed up.
It is super messed up. I do not recommend to try at home.
Sure.
But when I watched it, it was when I was in high school.
Do I watch it? Do I watch it at someone else's house?
So here's the thing about me. I love like really not messed up stories, but I've always like have you ever watched those that podcast called White Underbelly?
Yeah.
Where they talk to like working sex workers. I'm into all of that.
And then randomly Chris D'Elia, yes.
Yeah. Right?
Yeah, I have seen it.
Oh, but I think I haven't seen that one.
Yeah, I have.
But yeah.
It's a good show.
It's a good one.
It's regardless, that podcast is very good and it is very interesting.
So interesting.
Also because he's doing something that no one has the balls to do, in my opinion, which is like talk to people no one wants to talk to.
I mean, because it is dangerous.
Yeah.
He's had situations happening. I mean, I wouldn't do it, but I'll watch it and all of that. But yeah, that's just about me. Let's see. Oh, that's funny. Trainspotting, but I'm not going to ask you that one.
Mm-hmm.
In what?
Never seen it.
No, I know. That one's a good one.
Yeah.
It's also very hard.
Yeah.
But visually,
it's a drug movie.
It's aesthetically pleasing.
Yeah.
Like the colors and the music but don't try it at home. In what Jim Carrey movie is his character filmed from birth?
Oh, The Truman Show.
Oh my God.
That movie is phenomenal.
Incredible. I recently watched
The Truman Show.
Yeah. It's so good.
What a great movie.
We always
he's so incredibly underrated as an actor in that movie.
My favorite film though of his is Eternal's
oh my gosh, so good.
That movie changed my mind. My life.
Sure.
And my mind.
Yeah. No, I mean there's that is a phenomenal movie. Yeah, man. I feel like he sadly did not get and still doesn't get like great ways to like show his dramatic side, because the times that he has done it, he like knocks it out of the park, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I mean, he's not Robin Williams, who like I think is like perfect.
The greatest.
One of the like literally like can go from the silliest thing on the face of the earth,
the genie,
to like the most dramatic thing in the world, and like it completely. Not even like Jacob the Liar, like he plays a Holocaust survivor. Oh my God, and like you see like and then he can be Mrs. Doubtfire, like, and it just works. Like he's just phenomenal. But yeah, The Truman Show is also, if you've never seen The Truman Show, holy crap, man, you gotta see it. It's probably not gonna do much because that's how we're living life now. But man, that movie is absolutely insane. Like even down to like I'll tell you my favorite part of that movie.
I want to know.
Is the part where he's having a heartfelt conversation with his wife. And she's saying, well, why don't you just, why don't you have another glass of Ovaltine, and then like puts it towards the camera.
So genetic.
And then he goes, who the hell are you talking to? Yeah. Like and he knows that something's wrong, but he doesn't know what. Yeah. And that is I think that's such a common feeling now, where it feels like everybody's just reading an ad. Like you're like
influencing and stuff. And
but even when you talk to somebody now, doesn't it kind of feel like everybody's selling something?
Yeah.
It just feels like that.
Like
you can't have a genuine conversation with anybody.
Yeah.
Like everybody.
You feel like everyone's trying to take something or tell you how much they make or what they do and how they do it, and
everybody's trying to sell. Even down to like, a podcast, like they're trying to like, oh, like I have a podcast about this, and it's like, bro, like you're my Uber driver. Like I don't care, like
that reminds me of LA.
Yeah,
there was a driver that was like, I take photos, you need headshots. And I was like,
yeah,
I mean, maybe I do, but I don't think I would hit you up because like I feel scared from
Fahim Anwar has the greatest joke about LA, and he says you can walk up to literally anyone in LA and say, hey, big fan, and they'd go, thank you.
Yeah.
You can walk up to anyone, a homeless person, you go, hey, big fan, and they'd be like, you saw that episode of Walking Dead? Like they like they would
You know who I love?
Who?
And it's really random, but it came to my Radio Man.
Oh yeah, great movie. You kidding? What a great movie.
I love Radio Man.
Yeah.
Okay, last movie.
Let's do it.
Let's do it because you've been killing it. Let's see if this. Room 237 is a documentary about what movie?
The Shining.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like, you're the first guest that gets all of them right.
Really?
Congratulations! Yeah, you get a gift because you know what? You won.
That's awesome.
Everybody gets gifts here. You get a Pee Wee Herman ornament for your Christmas tree.
Wow, that's so cool.
With his
I
bike.
love that.
You can't miss the bike.
I love that. My bike! I love that. Oh my gosh. One of my favorite parts of that movie is when he's going into that spiral and he brings everyone into the town, into the basement of his house. And he's just and he's showing all these exhibits of like things that happen. And he's like, Exhibit A, a photograph of the victims, my bike and me. Exhibit B, what's missing from this picture? It's just me without my bike.
That is so good.
Yeah.
It reminds me when I'm in a rabbit hole about a conspiracy theory. And then the next morning I'm telling my husband about it. And I'm like trying to, like, literally, I just thought of that.
What are your conspiracy theories?
Oh my gosh. I don't know anymore because now I'm on the spot. But I think here's the thing. What I look into a lot, it's a lot of like Hollywood stuff.
Sure, me too.
You know, like what's behind certain relationships.
That's the stuff I care about.
like,
Weirdly enough.
The young actors and Epstein files this week. Aliens.
Oh, by the way, Curious George is not on the Epstein list. If you were curious about that.
I love Curious George.
Yeah, he's not on.
I'm so glad.
Yeah, me too.
Because
I would have
been really sad.
Yeah, I wouldn't have been able to see Yellow Hats the same.
Literally, that's my daughter's favorite cartoon.
It's the best.
Curious George. That was the first thing.
Funny enough, I'm feel so old because I was about to be like back in my day, like because that was my favorite book. When I was a kid, was Curious George. Yeah.
Yeah. No,
my favorite was Curious George Flies a Kite was my favorite.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh no, I have the balloon one.
Yeah.
That's
those are all they're all good.
They're all good. There's not a one bad episode.
Yeah, it's all good.
What else? I think I'm very into like young Hollywood actresses.
Okay.
Like Shirley Temple. I look into like that.
Oh,
like the theory of Shirley Temple.
Yeah. Are you what about her are you interested in?
Well, I just started this one this week. Like, I've never really watched a film by Shirley Temple.
Sure.
But the first time I ever heard about her was a play I was working on in high school. It was my first play that I ever worked on. And one of the inspirations, because we went to a library and the director was like, oh, you know, I remember her mentioning, I was like a character in limbo.
Okay.
While this other character's in a coma. So I had to bring like the Zorro and the genie. And then she mentioned Shirley Temple. And I remember that was the first time I ever heard of her. And then this week I started watching videos of when she was little and how Hollywood treated this little young girl. And then I have to keep going. I'll tell you more when I
my grandmother loved her.
Yeah.
My grandmother, I owe a lot of my career to my grandparents because, especially my grandmother, she was very talented and wanted to be a performer, but her mother was very anti, like, going out into the world and, like, you know, because, you know, very conservative and Christian and, you know, like that kind of thing. And I call it nombre no syndrome, you know, where it's just like you'll ask your parents or you'll state your dreams out to your parents and they'll just go, nombre no. Like that would never happen. You know what I mean?
Because of their fear of you being let down.
Or it's just ridiculous that you think that you're going to do that. Because like at no point in being an actor, you know, because I've wanted to be an actor professionally since I was very young, very young. And the reason why was because when I was in 6th grade, I had a classmate who was on Nickelodeon. So I was young enough to know that the people that live in my TV don't live there. They're real people.
They're next to you.
And they're next to me. And if I wanted to do that, I can.
Yeah.
You know, and through talking to him and things like that, that's kind of how I learned, you know, what headshots were, what getting a resume was, what, you know, paying your dues.
Technical part of.
Yeah, the technical part that nobody talks about unless you're in the business, you know, and yeah, like it's in a lot of ways, like because of that, I kind of try to honor what my grandparents couldn't do because for whatever reason, you know, because their parents didn't allow them.
It's a different generation too.
It is, yeah. It
was more strict and like it was just so crazy to be an actor.
Well, and it still kind of is in a lot of ways. Like, you know, I'm first generation, so you know, in a lot of ways, my parents they would never say this out loud, but it certainly feels like they're kind of the people that are like, we didn't come to this country for you to become a clown. We came here for you to be a doctor and make a name for yourself. Like, you know, and truthfully, like that's, you know, I want to make an impact through being an artist and, you know, things like that, which is, I don't know if it's, and this is a lot deeper than I mean it to be, but this is just the truth, is just like, I've noticed this about my surroundings and like friends and you know, people, even people on social media and things like that, where like everything is about how much you make and like money and like and things that you have and your status,
who you know
and things like that. And to me, it has never been about that. Like it's never been like about that for me. And this is the thing, and I'm going to get really spiritual for a second, and you can cut this out if you want to.
No,
but the truth of the matter is, like, if you truly believe that a man named Jesus Christ came to this earth and his entire purpose was to show that we should love each other and that we can't take any of this shit with us, why do you care so much
about what you have? I believe that.
Like, why do you care so much? Like, it doesn't matter. You can't take it with you. Why does it matter? Like, and so like
this I will never cut this out, by the way.
Well, I care so much. Like, to me, currency is this.
Yeah.
This is currency. You know, and like I was even thinking about this in the car ride over, where I was like, you know, I like metaphors a lot, and I always say, like, if life is a buffet, people like my sister, for example, there is not enough that she can put on her plate before she feels satisfied. So like everything, like she just puts everything there. And to me, I look at life as I'm happy just sitting here drinking Diet Coke, you know? And granted, that's not to say that life isn't about getting up and putting things on your plate, because it is about doing that, because then you'll feel unfulfilled. Yeah. You know, you're not getting your money's worth if you go to a buffet and don't get the food. But how much of your life are you losing because you're so worried about how all the things you can fit on your plate and all this stuff? So
that alone, looking at social media and be like,
right.
I could have that. A trip to, you know, like all these things, and then it completely takes you away from your reality and the good things that you do have. Now you want 20 other new things, and the amount of satisfied.
And look, I'm doing my best to stay away from it, because like, and it's hard. Don't get me wrong, it's very hard, but like, I have a lot of friends who are very successful, and it's happening in front of my face, and it's hard for me to see that and not feel like why don't I have
about me?
anything? You know, and essentially, and to be completely fair, it's not jealousy, because it's not, and in no way do I think that people like that don't deserve it.
Yeah,
It's
because you're not talking about them.
right.
like
It's
you.
more a, when's it going to be my turn?
Yeah.
Kind of a thing.
Yeah.
When do I get to play?
Yeah.
You know, and it's funny, you know, because like social media will do that to you because of the lottery system of it. You know, at the end of the day, like this, you know, it's all just slot machines. You know, like
Yeah.
it's all just dopamine hits or
Gambling
or
going to the casino.
whatever. But the thing that we tend to forget with gambling, if we treat social media like slots, if we treat social media like Vegas, really look at it like that. Where like, yes, you can make money, you can do all this stuff, but always remember the house always wins. Period.
Yeah.
The house always wins.
Period.
That's what happens. Like, yes, you might win $1,000, but the house has $1 billion.
Especially with all the AI now.
Yeah. So like ultimately, like look at it as like it's a tool. You know? And that's the best thing you can look at it as is just it's a tool and that kind of thing. But
and if you have to mute certain things for your own happiness and health, go ahead.
Yeah.
You know, I do have one last thing to do.
Yes.
Because we can sit here forever.
Yeah.
But I really want to do this.
Sure.
So one last thing to do is the phone.
I love this.
The phone. Your younger self is going to call you and you're going to give them advice right now.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay. Let's do it. All right. Hello. Uh-huh. It's the wrong number. I'm kidding.
And like you hear people outside, so I thought somebody was like, "What? What's happening?"
I'm a good actor.
Yeah, you are.
Hey, Mike. Hey, listen, I know that you're thinking about a lot of things. You have a lot of things on your brain, and in a lot of ways, you want to get them all out at the same time, but just take a deep breath and just take things slowly, okay? And always remember, don't quit. Keep going no matter what. There's no such thing as failure if you don't quit. So just as much as you might think that you're failing or that people are better than you or whatever, truth is there's always going to be somebody better than you. But you have a chance to be completely undeniable. And as dumb as this sounds, nobody else can be you. You're the only person who can be you. And I know that it feels like right now nobody wants to be in the business of you being you, but that's because they don't know themselves and they're scared of you being you. So just keep being yourself and don't be afraid of that. And don't be afraid to love people. Anyway, see you later. Bye.
Wow, that was so good.
Yeah.
Mike,
before I let you go, this is something very important because I used to do this on my podcast, Childlike at Best. I didn't have the phone element, but I did do something very similar, which was give advice to your younger self. Now, there is something very cool that I would like to do with you, actually.
I'm scared.
I would like to know, I would like for you to pick up the phone and I would like for you to tell me what young Valeria thinks of who you are now.
Like, I am young Valeria? Saying what okay. Like, I'm talking to my younger self.
Yeah, but your younger self is now...
Me.
But she's
okay.
She's
I
going,
like that.
oh my gosh, Valeria is this and this and that and the other thing, you know, so like
yeah.
It's more the inverse of it.
I love that.
Yeah. So yeah, try that.
I'm ready. Okay. Hi. I love you so much, first of all. And I have to tell you something very important, and it's that we made it. We made it. We became that person that you always wanted, a mom, a wife, somebody who is authentic and not afraid to really be who they are, even though there was a lot of doubt and fear and a lot of things tried to stop you from being happy and remain innocent and pure and loving, really loving people. They didn't win because you really, really, really love the people that are in your life, and you love humans, and you believe in God and Jesus, which is very important. And you have such a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful daughter and the best husband, and your mom is healthy, and you're going to have another baby, and it's just the best time of your life. And if you were to go tomorrow, you did things right. Even though you made a lot of mistakes, but mistakes are good. Don't be afraid of them. Okay, love you. Bye.
Yeah, that's how you do it.
Wow, that was very therapeutic.
There you go.
I've never done that.
It can get people very emotional, because one of the things that I love about that is that it reminds you of the things that you have, because you tend to forget how hard you worked for what you have.
So hard. I never thought I would be this person in my life, ever. Like, if you told me back then, you're going to be like this, and you're going to have like all the things that you have that make you rich, like health and your family and friends, I would be like, so it's going to come true?
Yeah.
Because I always wanted who I am today. And I never, there were times that I was like, it's probably not going to happen because I'm lost or I'm in the world of drugs. Not that I was a drug addict, but I'm just saying, like, I was just, promoting nightclubs and all this stuff. But
Requiem for a Dream makes more sense.
Yeah. It makes more sense when you like dark stories.
Yeah.
I like empathizing with people. I think the whole really, really quick, the whole purpose of Industry of Cool is not that I think I'm cool, but I am cool in my own way.
Yeah.
And I do think no matter who I've met in my life, there's something cool about them. There's something good about them. It doesn't matter who you are. And I think that's important to always, like, there's going to be people that you're going to meet and you're not going to agree with them on everything, but you can see them as human and appreciate them just the way they are.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, Norm Macdonald had a joke about this where he's like, Adolf Hitler was a horrible person, but Adolf Hitler had a dog.
You know that? I always think about that. Well,
Adolf Hitler had a dog. So when Adolf Hitler came home, that dog was so happy to see him.
And he loved his dog.
and that dog loved him, mostly because the dog did not know what was going on, but there was something that loved him for who he was, I
think my theater teacher told me this in high school, and I was like, I've never thought about that.
Yeah. Yeah. Ultimately, everybody has a saving grace. It's just, as we've talked about many times on this episode, it's all about balance. And if your good is outweighing your bad, then you're a good person. Yeah. Because ultimately, you're always going to do bad things.
I mean, the reality, human nature. Yeah, I have bad days where I'm like, Hector knows. But I have the best days too. And even in the bad days, I'm like, no, but I have such a good life. Right. But anyway, thank you.
Yeah, of course.
Thank you for that exercise. Thank you for saying yes to being in Industry of Cool.
Thank you for having me. Am I cool yet or what?
Oh, yeah. You've been cool.
Cool.
Super cool.
I graduated. Thank you.
Yes, graduated. Cool. And thank you guys for watching. Thank you, Hector, my husband, for producing, for being in the back.
Thank you, Hector.
Thank you for everything. Thank you for watching this. And thank you to Cultura Media House for housing us, for making this happen. And can't wait to see you next time.
See ya.